this step, we are going to install and start using the command line. And if you're on a Mac, you've already got command line installed on your computer. I'm going to show you how to get to it. If you're on Windows, I would highly recommend using something called Commander. You can find it at cmder.net. I also have this in the notes as well. And you'll just want to download this and install it. We're going to need to use command line quite a bit for accessing a lot of the tooling that we need to run blocks locally on your computer. Don't be scared of it. It's actually fun. If you're already familiar with it, then you don't need to worry about this. This is going to be a breeze. And I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to know. But whenever I run into something that I want to do with the command line, I always come over to this cheat sheet, and it is a great one-stop shop for all the different things you can do with it. Honestly, I would just try typing in each of these things once you have it installed. So if you're on a Mac, you're going to want to go to your applications and then go to utilities, all the way at the bottom. And then in utilities, you'll have something called terminal. And that gives you access to your command line. So all the command line is a interface with your operating system. So it gives you the ability to create new folders and files, move them around, copy them. It's really quite powerful. And once you dig into some of the functionality, when we start building these blocks, you can really do some really cool stuff, because we're going to be installing Node.js for a lot of the tooling we need in order to build these blocks, because the blocks are built using something called React, and React uses the latest version of JavaScript. And so we need some special tooling for all of this magic to happen. And with command line, there's a lot of really neat plugins as you'd be familiar with it, or packages in the npm direct library. So it'd be worth your time to get comfortable with this. So just to dive in really quick, we're in the main directory now in the terminal. So if you type ls, it'll just list all the applications available to you. And you can change directories to look at all those applications. So if I do cd applications, it'll take me into the applications directory. Notice how it's now in applications, and then I can list everything in there. And unfortunately, as you can see here, I need to get to MAMP, because remember, that's where our root is for our MAMP install that we're going to be having. We're going to put our WordPress install in. So we're going to have to get back out of this into the root. So go to cd/, and now we're in the root. Let's look at the list. Okay, now we're in the right place. Look at all this stuff. Okay, no. If we go into cd applications, and if we list it out, you should see MAMP here in the list. You're just going to want to keep messing around. This hopefully should get you to the right directory, but you want to get to the directory with MAMP in it. MAMP, and oh, look, they got me. I installed the pro version. Yeah, I paid. It's definitely worth it at a certain point. Okay, so we'll cd into MAMP, and then ls. And if you can remember, there was that htdocs that they set as their default directory. So we're just going to want to go into that. So cd htdocs. And once we install WordPress, we'll have that directory in there as well. So for now, we can just leave it as is here. So get everything set up, and then the next step, we're going to be installing Node. So we're going to be using the terminal, and I'll walk you through everything we need to do there.